Romper, Stomper, Bomper, Boo. Tell me, do. I see a dyslexic too. Welcome back to what I'm calling my journey as a dyslexic. My name is Alden Albino. My series is on how I'm learning to speak, read, and write French as a dyslexic. Also, my thoughts and feelings about being a dyslexic in today's Canada. Today's video in the series is entitled Romper, Stomper, Bomper, Boo, A World of Alzheimer's. I will explain that whole title momentarily. Today's, of course, I'm always talking about dyslexics, and today I am going to discuss what came out of a discussion with one of my doctors. Seemed to be sort of a rumor or a direction, which seems to be having some traction, especially within my particular company, and I'm hearing the universities are doing this. It's a bit frustrating, but I wanted you to hear possibly a new development. So I opened up with Romper, Stomper, Boo. That's an old from an old TV show called Romper Room, where this charming lady would say that at the end, used it as her kind of sign-off call. So today's whole situation is on a rumor. The rumor is that what people intend to do is, if you have a learning disability or have been tracked as having a learning disability, you are still required to take the course or take go through the whole process of challenging the course, taking the course, and when you fail, they will exempt you. That, to me, is the stupidest thing I can ever imagine. I can't even begin to tell you how foolish that is. I think that is completely broken in so many ways. At first it was, why are they doing that? But of course we all know why, the old mighty dollar to do that. But to watch somebody, and especially I know for myself personally, struggling, the embarrassment, the frustration, the physical, mental pains, the anguish, reliving school issues. It's so horrific for people to have to go through that when they've already said they have that, and especially with dyslexics being so ashamed and embarrassed about failing in front of other people. It's normal for anybody to feel that way, and it drives me crazy to think we are going back in that circle. Henceforth, a world of Alzheimer's. And the reason I say that again in my title is because we've gone down this road, and why are we doing it again? We've gone down this road with, I don't know, surprisingly, women. Women were treated as second-class citizens. And Emily Howard Stewart, one of Canada's first females, started to move towards an equality for women in Canada. 1876. It's 2020 and women are still not being treated properly. The LGBTQ community rights. There were certain acts that they would go to jail for. That was cleared up in 1969 in Canada, removed from the Criminal Act Code. And let me get this right. People have been authorized to serve openly since 1992, and today they are still struggling with that. Not to mention visible minorities. I can attest to that. I go through that struggle. And what I mean by that struggle is we've gone through this cycle, a world of Alzheimer's, where no, women aren't good enough, blacks aren't good enough, LGBTQ2 people, they can't be good enough, to then, well, we'll allow them to come in, but we won't ask or tell, or we won't let them move ahead. So somebody challenged that. Then they challenged that whole circle. We did that. And then it's like, oh man, okay, we got caught. So now we're going to have to show people we have it. Henceforth, my opening statement, Romper, Stomper, Bomper, Boo. Tell me who we have working for us. We have a woman, and we have a black, and we have someone from the LGBTQ. Wow! And now guess who? We have dyslexics too! Henceforth my opening. It's just ridiculous. Are we a world of Alzheimer's? Because we turned around and we've done this exercise. It doesn't work. We need to basically stop asking the question of, if you have a bilingual profile, especially if we've already learned that dyslexics struggle immensely to get that second language under their belt, if even possible. That'll be up on our next series. Can a dyslexic actually pass The government test, I have some thoughts on that one, but that's in the next series coming up, the next video. But this is my thoughts on that. If we are going to go around this circle, you're going to interfere with the feelings of both dyslexics and the thoughts, because as a black person, I struggled with, did I get this job because I'm black? Am I not getting this job because I'm that? By turning around and saying, we're going to exempt you, am I getting the job or not getting the job because I'm dyslexic? It's a tough thing. And the only way I can think to help dyslexics is, quite simply, stop utilizing the question of getting a job in the government, provincial or federal or others, if you have that, or allowing them to move forward. And surprisingly, I think that's one of my gifts. I'm able to departmentalize things and see things for what they are. And when I mentioned to some leading people, they had not put together that dyslexics are obviously being discriminated. 7.4 million can't get jobs inside Canada's federal or provincial government. That becomes a big issue. Now, I've heard from some people, well, they won't be able to change it. I don't know. My understanding, talking to a lawyer recently, if one person struggles with this issue, they have to really look into it and make changes. And I'm telling you, I've seen 1.9% of the population change an issue in Canada. So I really see it changing. How long? Will we go back to the same thing we've done to women's, to the LGBTQs, to Q+, to racial minorities? Yeah. And I think the only way to not go back that way is, one, to make people aware we've done this cycle before. We've done this operation. It doesn't work. The only way to balance it all out for those who struggle with getting that second language or not able to get it is to, I don't know, simple thing, stop asking the question of the language for a job, for anything. They're just basically putting off the inevitable, because from what I understand, it takes one person to bring this forward. Don't know what are the odds. 1 out of 100, 1 out of 1,000, 1 out of 1,000,000. There are 7.4 dyslexics roaming the planet in Canada right now. So it only takes one person to bring it forward and discuss the issue. Don't know who that person might be, just saying, one person. Anyhow, that's my thought for today. I hope you like this one. And again, Romper, Stomper, Bomper, Brew. Tell me who works for you. I have a dyslexic too. Have a pleasant day. Take care. Bye-bye.